Hello, this is Zelfer, and I figured I'd just make a quick-ish video on how to do, or tips on how to do, the Geno Dome conveyor belt skip, since some people are practicing it. I figured I'd throw, what knowledge I have into a little video, and yeah, hopefully this helps out people on being able to try this in Chrono Trigger. And with that, I'm just gonna get to it. Alrighty. Full warning. Normally, when you start this, you would fight the conveyor belt people. However, I already did it, and once you do it, you get the choice to do it. I'm not gonna do it here. So we'll just go over here. Everything else is exactly as you would see it in Geno Dome. Part 1 is setting up for the Geno Dome skip. So I'm just going to show you the little things to do here. You want to take these guys out, so when you get the robot, you'll, well, you won't lose them by having to fight this fight. So this is probably like one of the first things you want to do right here. These guys have 1,024 hit points exactly. So just keep that in mind. Also, while we're on a topic of fighting these things give pretty decent XP and TP, as does everything in this place. Okay, once you do that, this spot's free for the robot, so you're good there. The next thing you want to do, well, you'll probably want to do this. Hit this switch now. That'll be useful later. Alright, for safety, we're gonna take on this this fight too. This guy can get in the way while you're trying to do the conveyor belt skip, so it's safest to take this fight. Once you practice this a bunch, if you want to, you could not fight this and try to save a little more time. But for the purposes of this video, we're just gonna get this fight out of the way too. On the plus side, you get more XP and TP. And if there's a good drop that they happen to be dropping, you would get that here too. Okay, there we go. A really important thing to do is to open this door. You don't want to go through it, you just want to open it. I'll explain why later. This one you ignore. And the most common thing for me is to forget to press this switch to open this door. We'll be here later, but nothing else stinks more than setting up everything else and getting up there and being like, oh, I didn't hit that switch. Alright. This fight you need to take too. These enemies also have exactly 1,024 hit points. So keep that in mind as you lay waste to them and milk them for all of their experience and TP. Robo, please. Robo, please. Well, anyway. There we go. Over 1,000 experience, 24 tech. You get money too, but we don't pay that much attention to it. The loot here is very good too. You're going to want to open this switch, although that would be very hard to forget. Alright, this next fight. I have Magus with 14 speed right now. It is important... I have MP on him, right? Yeah, we have enough, okay. This fight's special to mention. You want someone with quick speed and a decent AoE, so you can kill these laser things before they go and ruin your day. You probably want at least 13 speed. I wouldn't go less than that, otherwise you're going to have to suffer from their attacks. If you don't have anyone fast enough, I believe they're Shadow Element. So there is that. Alright, and now we get to the fun part. Okay. The first thing you probably want to do is ignore the conveyor belt for a second. This is the thing to charge you up so you can open doors and stuff. So you just run in, and then you see that little lightning thing. That's what lets you open up everything. So we're going to open that door, and we're gonna open up this door. One, this is a nice little practice to run around and do all that kind of stuff. And two, it lets you open up, well, opening up this door up here will come in handy later when you guide the robot of annoyance to where it needs to go. Okay, and now this is the part that you probably are waiting to see. So you don't have a lot of frames that you can mess up in. Frames being like, you know, a little bit, I think it runs like 60 frames a second. So you kind of have to do, it has to be a tight run. With that said, it's important to know where it has to be tight in. So I'm just gonna do a little walkthrough actually, and I'm gonna point out little things here and there. First of all, this right here, actually let me wait for this to disappear. If you trigger it, you can't like reset it or anything like that, you just wait for it to disappear. You don't have to run in all the way to this into this thing to trigger it. You just go in a little bit and it'll trigger, and that actually saves you a few frames. So it helps. And it sounds like I'm being a little pedantic here. Oh yeah, you saved like 1/10 of a second. Every little bit helps in this. Now you don't want to do it too little, like you have to go in a little bit, but you do not need to run all the way up here to trigger it. You're just wasting a little bit of time that way. What's the perfect amount? It's really best just to kind of just practice it. Like I guess about halfway in would be a good estimate, and then you're good to go. So that's step number one, to try to save a little bit of frames and a little bit of time. Now, once you're in here and you just run diagonally this way, and this is a big part of Chrono Trigger actually. When you run, you'll notice that I'm just kind of like gliding along. I'm not really getting stuck anywhere. Like over here you get stuck, so you can't like run diagonally here. You're welcome to try, and like these are the kind of things we need to avoid for this conveyor belt. But most of the runs here, you just glide along, so it's okay if you like hit the wall, and then you get here. The main important things is you just kind of like go in a direction, like you just go diagonally, and you're fine from the beginning. Just going diagonally, going down here. Just by the time you get to like down here, you want to like start hugging this wall. So that'll look like this. You just run down and then you start hugging this wall, and you just hit diagonally this way, and that's fine. Like that's about as quick as you can do it. So you're not really losing frames that way. And then once you're in this section, you can hug this wall. You don't hug this wall too high, because if you hug this wall, you start to go in the door, and that's bad. And you'll start to go in here, and that's bad. So once you like go here, you can go down a little bit, and then you start coming up here. Now, you notice I got clipped a little bit here. That's bad. You don't want to do that. When you start coming around here, you can wait a little bit, maybe like to about here, and then you go diagonally up that way. And also, if you're wondering why I told you to open the door earlier, this door will stop you, and that stop will be enough to not let you conveyor skip. But once the door is open, all you have to really worry about is going past it. Like right here is bad, because you're getting stuck, and you can't really get stuck. But if you like end up here, then you just gradually go along, and you're fine. Okay, so just to review everything so far. Of course, once this is a video, you can just skip ahead to whatever you need to. You start here, you run down and left, you go back here, and just cruise along here, and then that's what it'll look like at first. And I'll just point out all the little parts again. You run down, you get back to this wall, run down this way. Don't hug up right away, because these things will clip you and ruin everything. Go up here, but you're aiming for like this area. If you go up too early, you'll get stuck here. So this is more of a like this. And then if you go out over here, that's fine. Don't go all the way over here, because then now you get stuck this way. This part will look more like this. And then once you're up here, again, just hug the left wall and go up. You don't want to go up too far up here, but that's not usually a problem. You come up, and then you just go left, This little section, you want to hug this wall next. You're kind of just bouncing from wall to wall. So you bounce from this wall to this wall to this wall, and then they start coming up. And so this section again. Once you get up here, you just start hugging this left wall. Then once you start going up, go down a bit, then start hugging the up wall. You're just trying to get as far up as possible before you hit the conveyor belt to maximize time. This is really just a series of a bunch of small steps. And then once you get up here, I will say this seems overly explained probably, but once you do this a couple times, everything up to here is really not that bad. A little bit of practice will get you here, and you'll be okay. The real tough part comes up. Alright, so from here, you run up, go here, go up, you just run up this wall. Once you get to this little thing right here on the left, start going left because you're trying to save all the time as possible. This last one right here. You get to the last one, hold left and up, and then you go up here. And then you get to this door, and this door is actually the bane of your existence. Remember that clipping thing I was telling you about? You don't want to get clipped? You need, once you have the lightning, you need to get in here. And again, you'll see you only need to get in about halfway. And I think you have a couple frames of leeway once the lightning disappears to kind of try to sneak in. I feel like that's happened a couple times to me, but it's hard to get in here, especially when you're just running and you're trying to do it as fast as possible. If you just hold up and left, you'll get stuck here. So you can't just hold up and left and glide your way here because you're getting clipped, and this is not enough. And you'll sit here, Isla, well, whoever it is will shake their head no, and then you'll miss your chance. So you have to transition from up and left to just straight up. Like once you hit here, it'll start gliding in. You have to just hit that spot. Like right here, it's just up, just a straight up input, not up and left or anything like that. It's doing nothing. Then once you get like here, you glide in there. So the real secret is to get to a point and then just hold up instead of up left. If you hold up left, you get stuck, and then you cry. But once you get to a point, you hold up. Oh, actually, that's a little too late, actually. You want to do it early. Oh, no, actually, I'm not. It's a good thing we're doing this. Oh. Okay, well, let's figure this out then. But yeah, that's kind of the goal. You're trying to get to here and then just go up and in. And unfortunately, it's not like you have a lot of time at this point to really finagle your way through. You can't hold up and left. All the way will just get you here. So this is probably the hardest part right here. I would spend some time practicing this portion of it. Just kind of smooth your way in. Start pressing up instead of up left. And you'll be good. Okay, now I'm going to run through without the lightning to cover all the parts. And then I'll run through with lightning and show you how it actually looks. So you run up here. You don't need to go in all the way. You just run in about halfway through and come out. If you do it too early, you just won't see the lightning. So if you come out and you don't see lightning chasing you, that means you got to go back and try again. You don't lose too much time that way. Don't worry about it. But you go in and down. You just go straight down left until you get to this point. From this point, you start hugging down right in this wall. We'll get you down to here. Just go straight right for a while. You don't want to get clipped by here. You don't want to get clipped by here. You don't want to get clipped here either. So don't go up and too early and follow the wall. You want to glide down a little. Keep on going past a little bit and then go up and right like that. So from here, just hug the left wall. Go up in this little section right here. Hug this section of the wall. Run up. Once you get up, this little section right here. Up and left at this point to go here. From here, don't keep on pressing up and left because you'll get stuck. You go to a certain point, you just go up and in. And when you combine all of that together, after some practice, of course, it will look like this. I'm going to save state in case I mess this up, because this is a pretty tight window. Did it take? No. I don't know why it didn't take, but oh well. Oh well. Alright. You just go up and in. See, I didn't go in all the way. Hug the wall. Go along. Go up. Don't get clipped by anything. Left, then up. Go up the conveyor. Hug the left. Finagle the door, and you're good. And that's how it goes. Since my save state didn't go, let me see if I can do it one more time. Is there a rewind? Is there a rewind? No, I don't know. Well, you can just rewatch it. Okay, and that's basically conveyor skips broken down into all the little steps you could ever want to know. If you notice while you're doing any portion of this, any one section that's really giving you trouble, you can just practice that one section of it. And it is pretty convoluted. It's not as easy as most of the other skips that we have, but that should be a good enough guide or enough tips to kind of get you doing it somewhat reliably. And then once you practice it, not that the door will open because the door's already open here, but it looks something like that. And then you're good. I guess while we're doing this, we might as well show the robot off. You can skip this if you've done this already, or you don't care. The robot, I think the biggest thing about this robot is the third character messes you up. See, that as soon as he started touching Magus, he started getting out of whack. So I like to do this. It seems to work for me. I don't think other people do it, but I do it. And why did we open this earlier? Because now we could get the speed tab, and it's just the right amount of time while you're going off doing all that nonsense that he just comes on through. So it just works. And why did we kill those robots way in the beginning? Those two robots sitting right here? Because now we don't have to fight them here. Ta-da! And now you can just go along and do the rest of Geno Dome. So yeah, that's it for this video. If you have any questions, you're welcome to message me on Discord or anything like that. And I believe that's going to be everything. Thanks for watching. Good luck Geno Doming.